since we have a little bit of downtime. Exclamation mark Maturino in the chat if you want to support this tournament. Using coupon code NAVLA8, you can add $1 for free to the prize pool. And yeah, you know, Maturino, they're a main sponsor for OSC events. Typically, most, if not all, OSC events have Maturino as a sponsor, and you know, they have their own codes, and you can help support them, which is pretty cool. Maturino, they're pretty big fans of StarCraft, and they're pretty involved in a lot of StarCraft tournaments, as well as stuff like the Pylon show. You know, it's pretty sick. I was hoping you would add something at the end of that, but okay.
You can I don't know. I'm not prepared for this. You just told me to come cast. You literally messaged me yesterday at 3 in the morning. You're like, cast? And I was like, I guess.
What were you doing awake at 3 in the morning?
I was about to go to bed.
Thank you so much for joining me, by the way, for the cast.
I told you, you know, during the test, you know, me and my housemates, they brought some things over. We got really hydrated, and we had some food.
Yep.
And then I was like, okay. So I was going to bed, and I was in bed. And I was just like laying there, you know, about to sleep. And then you messaged me. And I was like, all right. Gotta cast Battle of Americas.
And we appreciate
the non-American.
Yeah, I mean, you know, typically my co-caster for Battle of the Americas is Yoda Slim, the Latino, you know, half Mexican, half American, living in Texas. But he is unavailable today, so I went for the next best thing, and I went for for my Korean friend who was raised as a Latin American, who lives in America.
The next best thing.
Yeah, the B tier, you know.
Like how I'm your first choice.
Alright, to be fair,
sure.
Yaku was my first choice.
What happened to Yaku?
He's sleeping right now. I will be casting ESL Cup later with him. Later in the day.
Good thing I'm not there.
Yeah. I mean, it's at a decent time for America, but yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm like, you don't have to listen to my hydrated TED Talk.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of hydrate, I'm really dehydrated. I need water. After this, I'm gonna be pounding water.
Glad it's water that you're pounding.
What else would I be pounding? Beer? I don't drink.
Yeah, sure, let's go with beer. So, in the meantime, Vindicta and Cham are out of game, and we will be jumping into their next game. We will be jumping in mid-series. Cham is currently up 1-0 so far in this best of 3. So we will be getting into game number 2 as soon as a lobby is available.
Cham.
Cham, you know, he's kind of a fan favorite here. But I do love me some ZvT, as Vindicta is a Terran. So I kind of want to jump into this.
It's still Chivo Cham, right?
Yes, he is on Chivo.
Chivo. What is Vindicta's clan name? Oh, Alpha X.
Yeah.
I just realized what it was.
God damn it. Alpha X, you know, they come in pretty strong during these tournaments.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they if you didn't know, they have because specifically they have a Latin American division to their team. So, you know, a lot of their Latin American players come in, you know, you can see Enki, you can see his clan tag, it's Alpha X LA, like Latin America. Yeah.
You mean Los Angeles?
God damn it. But you know, they have a pretty big Spanish or Latin American division, like almost like 2 teams really. So they come out strong for this.
Yeah. I was like, I saw the symbol. I was like, what is I know that's like a Greek symbol. I was like, what does that mean? Like, we're trying to be like one of those like loser fraternity stuff.
Like,
anyways,
like fucking the Theta House or whatever they say.
Yeah, that's why I was like so weird out. And I was like, oh, it beats Alpha. I'm stupid. Anyways, in the 5 o'clock position on the map, the red Zerg player here on Golden Wall LE. As we know, LE stands for Lazy European. We have the red Zerg player playing for Team Chivo. It is Cham.
And it's lazy European because there are no Europeans allowed in this tournament, I guess, question mark.
That's racist.
And in the bottom left-hand corner of Golden Wall LE, one of the newer maps in this map pool, it is the Terran player currently down 1-0 in this best of 3 series. He is representing Alpha X. He is Vindicta. This time I have updated the score on the screen.
Did you?
Yeah.
Still says 0-0 for me, but
Look, there's a 2-minute delay, alright? Like, calm down.
Okay. Well, I mean, my screen is
yeah.
Do I have to? I would have to like manually do it, right?
Yeah. What I do doesn't affect.
No.
Yeah.
I understand. Oh, so SCV Scout from Vindicta does see the pool about to finish. Hatch should be about finished. So nothing too crazy. A lot of Terran players been SCV scouting lately, so it's pretty safe to do. I'm too lazy to do it, so I don't. And then I die to Roach Ravager all ins.
That is as is the life of Terrans.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, we did have Cham trying to go for that third, but will Vindicta be able to snipe that drone?
Oh, should have been greedy. Should have just went for it.
Yeah, should have just dove in. Yeah, now his health is just a little bit too low. The queen is about to pop out. Not going to risk it. And Cham saves his drones.
I like that Cham tried to go for that quick third, but that SCV scout and block of the third delayed him just a little bit. It's not too crazy. You can get a third like at a normal time, which is totally fine.
Oh.
Is that a second factory? Is that a fast layer?
It is a fast layer. It's a very fast layer with 2 gases, mate. We gotta see some Nidus?
Nidus? Maybe Nidus?
Maybe. Yeah, we got
Spire.
We got a
Spire Nidus. You want to put money on it?
Oh, he takes 1 gas. Is it roaches? There's only 1 gas at the natural. Could be roaches.
Nidus.
Could be that. I mean, I feel like it's Nidus Roach. Maybe we'll see. Meanwhile, we do have a 1-1-1 here from Vindicta. No tech lab on the racks, which is interesting.
I just want you to know that there is a proxy factory.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I heard you say two facts, and I was like, it's only 1 factory we made. What are you on about? Yeah. Holy shit. Okay. This is gonna get crazy. We got Blue Flame on the way.
Hell yeah.
Man, we got some Blue Flame Hellbats on the way. Shit. Are we? Maybe?
They were just Blue Flame Hellions. But there is a factory as well, and a Viking is about to pop out. So Viking's going to try to deny any Overlords that might be coming their way. Oh, that's a good drone surround to get that.
Yeah.
It's a fast Spire, so 2-base Spire coming from Cham.
Someone at Yaku, 2-base Muta. He loves that. He's all about the 2-base Muta. Vindicta does scan, trying to look for a third, trying to see what's going on. He didn't scan the main though, so he still doesn't know about this Spire. And this could...
Spire's gonna rain some sweet hell on Vindicta, because he's got nothing that shoots up.
He's got nothing that shoots up, but will it even matter? Because there are already all these Hellions on their way across the map. Blue Flame is almost done. It's on its way. And there isn't that much here. There's a couple of Queens. There's a couple of Lings. To be fair, there are 7 mutas on the way.
Oh man, 7 mutas. Either does he want 7 mutas to defend, or does he want the 7 mutas just go across the map and do whatever he can? That's the question.
Yeah.
But there are only 2 Vikings. There aren't any turrets or engineering base. There is a Thor about to pop out.
There is a Thor.
Good on you, Vindicta, for recognizing.
He's going in. He's diving in.
He's going in. Blue Flame's done. Zerglings are getting roasty toasty. What about these drones? 1 Hellion goes down, but that's not enough. More Zerglings are popping out. 3 drones are already going down. 6 drones. 8. Vindicta still going in. The Queen is not fat enough to block it. 15 drones are down. These Hellions are doing a lot of work. 19 drones, but the mutas are out, and the Thor pops out just in time. 2 SCVs have gone down for Vindicta, but 19 drones being killed on Cham's side.
Yeah, that's a big oof.
That's the biggest of moves. But,
yeah.
Vindicta, Cham is trying. These mutas are trying to do what they can, but that Thor is just a real big problem for mutas.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is that Vindicta, even though he killed all those workers, he's kind of stuck here on 2 bases for at least a little bit. He doesn't really have much to push out and secure his third. To be fair, his third is still being built. So even though he did kill all those workers, it's still not looking too bad for Cham, as he kind of has the freedom to drone up. But Vindicta, he had a really good response. Like, the mutas made it over on the other side of the map as soon as the Thor finished, and he was just ready for it. So really well played, well read by Vindicta.
That indeed. Vindicta's just gotta drop a few turrets around, and he'll be able to secure his third just fine, which is good for him. Cham's third has been late, and Cham hasn't really been droning, just building roaches.
Yeah.
So Cham really wants to just push out, try to do whatever damage he can do, because I think he feels he's really far behind from losing all those drones.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit worried because roaches don't really fare too well against Thors, but Vindicta's army is kind of small, to be fair. There's 2 Thors, 2 Hellions, and a Cyclone. It's not too much. Oh, and the Thors could get caught out by the Lings.
Oh, those Hellions needed to be in front of those Thors to protect them from the Zerglings, but Thors do get killed off. There's a lot of roaches and ravagers. Hellbats are okay, but they're not.
The wall is not a wall. He slips in.
It's not a wall.
The tank is gonna get ravaged down. Oh god. The Vikings get ravaged down too. They all get piled.
G to the G.
Oh my god.
That was very unfortunate. That's the real downside of mech, is there's only really 2 ways to play. You either play the standard mech, or you play, Lamborghini Ferrari mech.
Yeah, Ferrari mech, yeah.
Ferrari mech. And having because he pumped out 2 Thors, then he started trying to go into Ferrari mech, and it just wasn't enough time for to get a big enough a big enough ball to have just keep rolling. What's the word? What's what I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's rough as well because Vindicta was looking really good. He got 19 worker kills, and the mutas barely did anything on the other side of the map. Vindicta was looking strong, but it was just at a bad moment where his Thors were caught out of position. If they weren't, then maybe it would have looked differently. You could argue that he was being a little bit greedy. It was hard because he proxied his factory. For the longest time, it was flying back to his main from across the map, so it wasn't producing anything, right? So he could have had more Hellions. It's just like these little things that kind of added up, and it signaled to Cham, hey, I can go for like a Roach Thing push, Roach Ravager, and I can potentially like end it, you know? And yeah, he read it well and he pulled it off.
Yeah, it's just like what kind of units Vindicta needed to like defend this as well, like wasn't there. Like, tanks, like a lot of tanks or a lot of like Cyclones and Hellions, and it just wasn't enough of anything really.
Exactly. And now you know what time it is.
Is it the finals?
It's raffle time.
Oh, it's raffle time?
It's raffle time. So a little bit of an explanation if this is your first time watching Battle of the Americas. There's a couple of like bonuses here during the tournament. So for one, the top Latin American player gets an extra $10 USD, and the top North American player gets an extra $10 USD. So sometimes there's a raffle because if like the top players finish in the semis, like there could be some ties, but just like this week, the two finalists are from each region, so the two finalists basically get extra money. So there is that, but there is also a random drawing. It's kind of like a participation drawing. So basically, if you signed up today and if you played, like if you didn't get forfeited or walked over, then you're eligible. So it's a way to kind of support participation and support like the scene overall, you know, not just the winners getting paid out basically. You know, it's just a way to like encourage people to compete and to, you know, take part, right? Yeah. So this week we have 16 players, you know, ranging from, you know, players like Cham to players we saw earlier today like Kaluz. And yeah, I'm just gonna hit that random button and we'll see who's gonna win.
Get it. Get it.
Alright, here we go. And it is Choro Carlo. From Costa Rica. He's actually won this before. He won like 2 weeks ago.
Is he cheating? Hacking.
He's hacking. He is a regular in these tournaments. He's a Latin American player. I think he's like Diamond. You know, he just loves like being a part of the scene and playing and stuff. So shout out to him. He's Terran as well, I believe.
I got invited to the lobby.
Oh,
Just
invite me. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, cool. It's a ZvZ.
It is a ZvZ. All right. Go. The raffle is done. And now it is time for the finals.